All right, welcome everybody to this wonderful afternoon game, game number 2 of number 1, which seen the Richmond take on the Chilliwack Cougars, and they beat them by 7-2. But my name is Tyler Gare, representing For the Win Media here. I have the privilege to do the broadcast here. Got a beautiful afternoon game here in Chilliwack. I got my executive producer, Robbie Snooks. I am down the right field line. I'm tucked in here between some cameras and a truck. Just behind the first baseman here as teams are fielding their infields right now. Like I mentioned, this is game number 2 of 1. Coming into today, of course, Chilliwack was 4-7. That makes them 5-6 makes them 5-7 after that 7-2 loss. Richmond right now is a few points behind Chilliwack, though. They're coming into this game now after, of course, winning the last. 4-6 is their season record. Nice little breeze coming in from our right to left here. Starting pitchers today. Number 11 for Chilliwack is going to be on the mound right now. Colton Marshall, right-handed thrower. And we're ready to play ball here. The umpire who is Signalson. And here we go, ready for first pitch. And swinging first pitch is fouled off over to the right. Batting here for Richmond. Richmond doesn't have a mascot name, perhaps. It's just Richmond here. I was searching it on the internet, and they just registered as Richmond. See the first hit of the game, and it's going to be a nice, easy ground ball to the shortstop. Nice play there. Strong arm. I was watching last game, and we've seen that shortstop, Ian Vandepool, make a couple nice plays, field the ball nice and smooth. Comes right over the top, and a nice play is 1 out here. It's a privilege to be doing the game here. This is my first ever game doing the broadcast, and it's been a pleasure just getting all set up here. And now it's go time as we see the first pitch of the second at batter. Puts that one in the dirt, so 1 ball to start this second at bat. Like I mentioned, this is game 2. Richmond came up on the upside 7-2 for a nice pitch there. So Chilliwack, of course, looking for some vengeance. Like I mentioned, Richmond is behind Chilliwack in the standings, so this game actually can put them in tied right now. 1-1 is the count. It's a little bit hard for me to see the numbers over here. I do have the lineups. Got Trevor Kwan right now, who's got a 1-2 count. Marshall delivers. Just topped the ball. Nice diving play by the second baseman. Kept the ball in front of him, and that one is definitely going to go down as a hit. So Kwan, like I mentioned, I came halfway through the first game, and Kwan had a big hit to add to the total of last game, and then he's right back at the dish with a nice I'm going to call that an infield single for sure, even though a nice play by the second baseman knocked it down. Logan Rogers tried on that play. You're going to see him start off at the bats for Chilliwack to start the bottom half of the first inning. But the first pitch here, the third batter, is an inside high ball. Travis Lee up to the dish right now. He's going to make some good contact. Looks like it's nice play there by the center fielder. Nice catch, and he throws that ball all the way back, but nice tagging there on first play. You think that ball was going to carry just a little bit more when you seen it came off the bat, but a good job by Chilliwack center fielder coming in and tracking that ball down. He had to catch it way out in front of his body, but good job harnessing the ball, and then a good strong throw to first base. So 2 out. Runner on first. Number 4 hitter here. This is going to be Ray Button. As you see Marshall come over for the first time. Perhaps maybe not his best pickup move. So he looks over again. Maybe he'll give him the good pickoff move here. No, he delivers to the plate. It's a hit right at the right fielder. Nice job by Chilliwack. So 4 batters came to the plate. 1 hit of the inning was by Trevor Kwan. And Chilliwack now back on the bats. I say back, of course. I've mentioned a few times already. This is a back-to-backer. I was talking to Colin Curry, the head coach of Chilliwack, in between the games there, and he said that they're just finding themselves splitting a lot of these double headers. Of course, the double header is convenient for everybody here. You make that travel from Richmond or so on, and you want to have 2 games on a Saturday. It's nice for the parents, nice for the kids. We're going to step aside a little bit in between innings. We're going to chime in and keep the infield and the ballpark ambience going on in the background, but good job by Chilliwack, though. Good hard hit balls, though, too. Made their way to the outfield. They just got a little bit too much air under them, though. We're going to settle in for 7 innings of baseball, these doubleheaders, and that this AAA Bantam level guaranteed 7 innings. We had a lot going on as we were setting up here. We are here, like we said, we wanted to, for the first time, bring you this broadcast. We chalked it up for the second game of this doubleheader here on July 10th. I'm just realizing now I didn't get the umpire's name, so we're just going to... They do change. They change. We're going to refer to them as blue. They got the traditional light blue on, so blue behind the plate and blue on the base path. So Brody C here, as we get to see our first time seeing him here. He's a left-hander. To be honest with you, I was watching more the Chilliwack pitcher in the pregame bullpen session. I didn't really get a chance to see across the field at Brody, but we'll see what he has to offer. Not the biggest of the Bantam players out here, but as we see him warming up here, it seems like he's definitely got some good velocity as well, too, and you see him curve that glove to his catcher like he says that curveball is coming, as the traditional throw down to second base, which I was always my favorite thing to do. I grew up as a catcher, and every single inning, no matter what, ball's in, coming down, and when you get a chance to throw her down, it's always a good time to size up as well, too, if the opposition. It's kind of a swag issue for the catchers, get to showcase the arm, but right now we're going to see the arm of number 6, Brody C., as we see him for the first time. Mr. Rogers is starting it off for Chilliwack, number 8. That's a burner right down the juice right there. It's a good first pitch there by Brody. I'll do my best here to justify these strikes and balls. Not that it's my job. They'll leave that to the umpire. But I am down the right field line, like I said, just tucked in behind first base. As I turn around, I got all the parents and grandparents and aunts and uncles behind you. It's just a wonderful day for baseball. I'm sure you can hear in the back room, too, the Chilliwack Cougars bench. Lots of chatter from the youngsters. We got 1 strike and 2 balls. Is Rogers not the tallest of these bunch of Cougars? He left that one that was about helmet chin high. Here comes the 1-2 pitch. Nice swinging cut there for a strike, and 2-2. The C of C goes to the breaking ball here. I see him through a couple in warm-ups, and they looked like they were nice. He's got a pitch to give here, and he just goes with the smoke right like that. So 1 out is a strikeout. Perfect start for Brody. Brings up to the dish Sam Hall. Hall, if you're a Chilliwack baseball coach or player or mother, anything, you know the name Hall is very popular around these parts of the baseball field. So Sam stepping up here. Going to take that first one for a ball in the dirt. That was a ball all the way coming out of the hand of C. Hall's penciled in, hitting second, playing left field. And he's swinging at that second pitch. That's hit very high. Center fielder just shifting to his right, and he makes the play. So 2 out to start the first frame here. Like what I see here with Brody C. You can hear him too. He's letting everything out when he releases that ball. Gives a little grunt. As mentioned before, I was playing baseball my whole life. Grew up as a catcher, and I know this feeling right now. The catcher going on behind the plate got a foul ball. Looks like he got it somewhere in the lower midsection. So we're going to have a little bit of break here. Murphy Ora is the man who's taken that ball. Like I said, looked like it hit him in the lower midsection. Oh, my paper's flying away. It's a windy day. Thanks, Dad. Appreciate that. When I took this gig, Robbie, executive producer, asked me to do it a few weeks ago. I pictured myself in this gigantic behind the plate, huge broadcaster's booth where I could have all of my papers and notes and everything all down. I get here and I'm down the right field line. Pickup truck beside me, but I wouldn't have it any other way. It's just a pleasure to be here. And Brody, the catcher, Murphy, is still down behind the dish. I got a monitor to my left, so I'll try to do the best I can to relate to what's happening, what you guys can see at home. Of you guys that are choosing to watch the game afterwards as well, too. Like I said, I'm pretty sure this is the first game for the win has done for Chilliwack minor baseball. Do you see that nice left-handed by C? He's got a nice long delivery as well, too, as he approaches the plate. And then the catcher there looks like he just took it. Almost looked like it hit off his left thigh. Of course, the protection starts from his knee down. I know this youngster's feeling it, his pain that he's got right now. It's no fun as he's back there trying to do a couple catcher moves. As you can see, that for those watching at home, what a beautiful view we have. The mountains in the background. I believe this is Diamond C here. Let's get a little round of applause for Murphy behind the dish. I can promise you, Murphy, that's not the first time you've got that, and it's not going to be the last. Catcher is the toughest. And I think, outside, of course, the strategy of and the ability of and the control of the game of the pitcher, I think catcher is the second most important position in the game, and he's getting a couple warm-ups. On deck, we got Tarek Luff. His father is assistant coach on the team here. Rick Luff, we'd like to see his boy get a nice hit here. Looks like the catcher and pitcher are ready to go. As Tarek Luff approaches the batter's box. He's a lefty, so the first lefty on lefty here. Of course, that always traditionally plays in advantage of the pitcher. As you see both benches in the outfields, chatter starts up again here as we're ready to rock and roll. 2 outs. Bottom of the first inning. And a first pitch just skips to the plate. We've seen that a couple times. First pitch, last at bat as well, too, to Sam. Just skipped the ball to the plate. Brody delivers and leaves that one high, so no strikes, 2 balls to left. So he gets ready and he delivers. Oh, there you go, that's a strike. You can probably hear that one all the way through my headset. Two balls, 1 strike, 2 outs. An umpire calls foul. There's a Chilliwack. Might have got a break there as there was a check swing attempt, a ball in the dirt. So we're going to go 2-2 is the count. Which I mentioned before. Let's see if C goes to the breaking ball. And he doesn't. It's down outside. So full count, first full count situation of the game for either pitcher. Chilliwack looking for an early base runner. 2 outs, though, full count. And here comes the pitch. And it caught the outside corner. So a couple of strikeouts there by C. And he showed some early dominance. Like I mentioned, C, not the biggest player for his team, but that lefty boy, because he chucked that ball. He's got some good velocity. I keep going on about that breaking ball. Really haven't seen it yet. So going to step aside here. Just put the headset down for a second. Like I said, take in the sounds of the ballpark. A nice breeze, though, for sure. Like I said, almost like it's getting stronger. It's coming from the right field to the left. Step aside. It's the pitcher for Richmond, Brody C. Looking to help his own cause here. He takes the first strike to start off the top of this second inning. Second pitch there down in the dirt. Brody wise to stay away from that one. 1-1 is the count. And second pitch is in there. 2 strikes, 1 ball. So Brody throws left, bats right. Of course, he's got that elbow guard on there to protect that left-handed throw. And there's a breaking ball that didn't really break. So 2-2 is the count to start off this second inning. Pitcher Brody C is up to bat. Hitting 5th in the lineup. And he holds that one up, so it's going to go, count will be full. And here comes the full count pitch from Marshall. Pitcher on pitcher right now. That's a hard hit ball right up the middle. So not only can Brody pitch, he can hit, that's for sure. That's just a good patient at bat, working the count to full. And you got to think, too, that was kind of his pitch to hit. He really didn't see anything that he liked, obviously, before that. He just pounces on that 3-2 pitch right up the middle. Second and baseman, shortstop, as soon as that ball was hit, they knew there was no chance they were getting that. So the pitcher that closed last game, Tyrell Tull. Like I mentioned, he closed the last game, and 7-2 victory for Richmond. Now the pitcher for this game is on to start the inning. 1-1 is the count. C looks over and gets his signs from head coach on third base. He's got a generous lead over there. Nice pickup move there, nice and quick. C, though, got back in time. Nice play by the first base coach. Sometimes people underestimate how important the first base coach is. He studies those pickoff moves. You can hear him just yell back. And that's a strike in there for 2 strikes, 1 ball. Marshall gets his sign here. Still a nice, generous lead on first base for C. As Marshall appreciates that, and he just steps off. We're going to reset here. 2 strikes, 1 ball, no outs. Richmond's got a runner on first, and back he goes to first again. Look over at the infield umpire. He doesn't have to make a call because O'Brien, the first baseman, not even putting that tag on, but no need to, and C jumps over well before the ball gets there for the pickoff attempt. Once again, 2 strikes, 1 ball. And it's just a blooper. He puts bat on ball, and that's going to drop. Just the ability there to put the bat on the ball. Looked like it even could have been a breaking ball coming out of Marshall's hand. And just a nice little poke by Terrell Toll. Puts that right over top of second base, and it'll drop in. 2 on first and second, no outs. And Brandon Seacon steps up to the dish. Definitely one of the taller players, and he looks at strike 1 to start off his at-bat. Outfield playing at pretty moderately deep distance. You definitely got to think they got to keep the ball in front of them at all costs here, no matter what. Oh, and that's a ball that bounces in front of the plate to advance both runners. So now 2, just like that, 2 runners in scoring position for Richmond. And you can, I'm not sure if you could hear it or not, but I could certainly hear it. Cut it off, says head coach for Chilliwack. He wants his infield in. Their first look is going to be right at third base and then try to get that ball as fast as they can to first. Good pitch there. How important would a strikeout be right now? So 2 strikes, 1 ball. And just like that, aggressive by Colin Gurry. He wants to cut off the first run of the game attempt. No outs. Runner is on first and second. Infield in. And a tick foul. Had to fight that one off. Seacon did for sure. That would have been a strike 3. Count still at 1 ball, 2 strikes. Marshall delivers. Oh, good block there. Very good block by Chilliwack. Catcher number 24, Carter McLean. 2-2 is the count. Oh, a breaking ball that just dropped in there. Catcher held it there just for another second, even though that call wasn't going in Chilliwack's favor. So full count here, no outs, infield's in, and that's a great pitch there. Strike 3 by Marshall. Just overpowering the Richmond hitter there. Hunter McLean now is coming up to the dish, and infield's going to stay in, so Curry, of course, doesn't want to trade runs for outs at this point. They got a base to give up on first, Chilliwack does. McLean, boys, he come right over top. Good arm action. Falls behind in the count, though. 1 ball to start off. Can hear all the players around in Chilliwack calling him Marsh. Number 11 delivers. Oh, hit right. Ooh. Wow. Okay, so a catch by the second base. That one almost froze me. I thought the ball hit the ground first. I really did, but umpire was a lot closer than I was. Catching it on the backhand is leadoff hitter Rogers for Chilliwack, and he grabs that. We're going to see a replay here. And he makes the backhanded stab, and with all the time in the world, just gingerly jaunts over to second base to turn the self-double play. What a play there by the second baseman for Chilliwack, and that's the advantage right there. You want to be aggressive and have the infield in. If Coach Curry doesn't have that, that's a ball that 1 or 2 hops to the second baseman. Of course, he's got to keep his eyes on the third base runner for Richmond. Instead, he's able to, because he's in, catch the ball on his backhand and go complete the double play by himself. So a huge play by Chilliwack. They had runners on second and third with no outs, able to get out of that inning. Very impressive for sure. This is Richmond's turn now to get out on the field, throwing a ball around for their infields. That was one of the best parts about baseball, especially being an infielder. I mean, if you're the outfield, you're kind of just playing catch. But getting grounders and throwing to first, got to keep those arms live and warm. Talent is very impressive for these Bantam AAA players. As pitcher Colton Marshall is going to start off the bottom of the second inning. I got the hits right now. 3 for Richmond. And no hits in the bottom half of the first inning for Chilliwack. We'll see if C can keep things going here in the second inning. Bottom of 2. Nothing. Chilliwack just was able to find themselves out of a jam there as Marshall takes that first pitch helmet high. Mentioned C, the pitcher started the top of that second inning off with a great hard hit up the middle, but Richmond just not able to capitalize. So he's back on the mound. The second pitch there chopped right towards the Mission. I don't know why I keep calling them Mission. Richmond dugout. Nice play there by the head coach there. 1-1 is the count. Richmond right now chasing Chilliwack in the standings. 4 points for Richmond and 10 for Chilliwack. And that's a great strike in there. 2-2 is the count. See if Brody goes back to the breaking ball here. He does. And way ahead of it was Marshall. Nice job staying on top of that, though. I mentioned that a few times in the second inning in the bottom half when Chilliwack was batting. It was 2-2. CFC went to that breaking ball, and he didn't, but he does there. So 2-2 is where we'll stay in the count. This is a hard hit ball at the shortstop. Wild throw, and that's going to be extra bases because the ball actually goes into Chilliwack's bench. And that's an errant throw there by shortstop Jerome St. Louis. I've seen him in warm-ups. I was talking about in between innings how it was always so much fun to be having those throw-arounds, taking those grounders and throwing them over to first base. And there was a couple errant throws, so St. Louis throws that one away just like he did in the warm-ups. So you can see he takes that, kind of fields the ball behind him. And he had to be sharp on that as well, too, because Marshall was down the first base line in a hurry. So Chilliwack now is first strike taken there. Ian Vandypool is the batter here for Chilliwack. So start the second inning, runner in scoring position early on, just like that. Vandypool goes down 2 strikes to none. Back-to-back gassers there from Brody. See if he goes back to the fastball. He doesn't want to lose any pitches here. And he does. He goes right back. This one's just to the right of the zone. Good eye there by Vandypool. It's not too much of a check-in presence at second base. Second base. It's the second baseman's responsibility. That's a hard hit ball and a dive, and Marshall's got to get back. Oh, and the throw was in time, but St. Louis was not able to field that ball. And pardon me, I seen the 7 on the jersey, but it's actually 17. Davis Lee, so that's my bad. I suggested a few times that it was Jerome St. Louis that actually had the errant throw and then just not able to pick that ball on the forced play. It's actually Davis Lee. Chilliwack swinging first pitch, and this is going to score a run. The ball gets by the left fielder. Marshall easily scores, and a stand-up double for Carson Noski. First pitch swinging right, high hit hard over third base's head, and the ball actually gets by the right fielder. I like that. Be aggressive. Attack that first pitch. Talked about big, tall players for other teams. Ryan Post, the tallest player for Chilliwack. He's up to the dish, batting 7th. And the first pitch is a ball, and it's a wild pitch. And now we'll see the runner advance to third base. So Noski finds himself on third base. Lots of chatter coming from the dugout right now in Chilliwack. First pitch wild. His umpire calls time here. So Chilliwack finds the first run of the game, and it only took the second inning. Now we see the infield move in for Richmond. So showing the same defensive alignment that Chilliwack got out of last inning with, and that's a strike right down the pipe. So 1-1 is the count to Ryan Post. C delivers. It's fouled over to the left of the diamond. That one gets out. Makes its way over to field B. So 1 ball, 2 strikes is the count. And swinging strike, he missed it. But the ball was popped out of the catcher's glove. Of course, gives the batter the chance then to advance down to first base, and catcher not able to find the ball. And Post ends up, Ryan ends up down on first base. So double play isn't in effect here. But you got to think it's got to be a hard hit ball. But coming up to the dish right now is Reed O'Brien for Chilliwack. Back, oh wow, look at this. So a comedy of errors here by Richmond. There's a pickoff attempt, goes over the first baseman's glove. Runner will score from third. And Ryan Post, who would have been picked off or certainly would have been caught between the ball and the bag, he did not read that right, did not get back in time. And the ball goes over the first baseman's gloves, and Post ends up on third. So Chilliwack up 2-0 now. Pretty much everything went wrong on that last pickoff attempt for Richmond. So Reed O'Brien now doesn't have to worry about hitting into a double play. Any type of good, hard contact you got to think is going to score. Post from third. And that's one right down the pipe there. O'Brien looked like he was taking that one all the way. C looking to take things into his own hands here. Couple wild pitches, though. And an overthrow on the pickoff move to first has got him giving up 2 runs thus far in the second inning. Here comes the pitch from Brandon. And it's high and it's wild again. Not even wild, just helmet high for the catcher. And that's twice now that the ball has just popped out of the catcher's gloves, and Chilliwack has turned that unfortunate comedy of errors into runs. And look at this, we got the catcher's changing the deckers. Maybe not the best time right now to break in the decker. I mean, you get that leather for a catcher's glove is so different than any other type of glove. And if it's not worn in, if that leather's not stretched, you'll see exactly what's been happening. The ball has been popping in and out of the catcher's glove for Richmond. This ball's hit to the third baseman on a one-hop, and another throw that's gone wild, and another base advanced for Chilliwack on an error. So regardless of what the outcome is of the end of the game, this second inning is one to remember for errors on Richmond. And these are unforced errors too. We've seen already 2 throwing errors from the shortstop and the third baseman on the last play there. And a pickoff move that was thrown over the glove of the first baseman. So 3-0 for Chilliwack. I'm not sure how many of those you can chalk up as earned runs. Thank you.
You're welcome.
I'm instant amongst the fans here down the first base line here. Fairfield Island, just an absolute beautiful day for baseball, and an appropriate infield meeting there by head coach Logan Wedgwood, trying to calm everyone down. I really can't blame Brandon C. for this one at all. As we see first pitch swinging, and it is a looper over first base. And Chilliwack just doing a great job at capitalizing on the misplays of Richmond. And that's just a first swinging hit by Matthew Chatter. Kind of jammed him inside, but he was able just to drive the ball in between second and first base well over their heads. They didn't have a play to make on that. There's some intense signals coming in from Colin Curry right now. It's definitely a steal situation. Take away that double play. And a check swing strike called by the home plate umpire. This is Carter McLaughlin up to the plate right now, and he's stealing just... Wow. What a play there. It's just not something you see all the time. He's going on first move, but the first move didn't even happen. And Post, by the time he looked up, the Chilliwack base runner Chatter was 3/4 of the way to second base. So this double play is out of the equation now. And Carter McLaughlin is swinging. He's down 2 strikes to none right now. But a big second inning Chilliwack's got going on right now. Lots of room for Chatter on second base. No one's holding him on. So just ticked off the bat, kind of a half swing, check swing. I thought for a second maybe the ball hit McLaughlin, but just ticks off his bat. Down 2 strikes right now, no balls. C's just got to come right at him though here, and he keeps that ball in the dirt. And a nice block by the Richmond catcher, and Chilliwack actually got a break there as that went off the right foot of the home plate umpire. So a good block attempt. It does squeak through, but a fortuitous bounce there for Richmond. They can't afford any more errors, can't afford any more runs. Is swinging, and strike 3. Carter McLaughlin strikes out, and 2 outs now. 2 outs for Richmond, but they've almost gave up at least 6 outs at this point. So back to the top of the order they go. Logan Rogers for Chilliwack. Started off the game with a strikeout, looking for some redemption here. And that one's helmet high for a ball of his second at-bat of the game. Like I said before, you can't really fault Brandon C., the pitcher for Richmond right now, as his team just making a bunch of errors around him in a loose ball. And nice job there. A wild pitch. It wasn't even that wild. Just catcher was not able to find it as the ball hit the dirt. And I think that one actually squeaked through again, but then went off of the umpire. And that's just a good job creeping in and creeping in and capitalizing there. Chilliwack up 4-0 right now, and O'Brien was just aggressive as soon as he realized that the ball was not able to be located right away by the back catcher for Richmond. Comes in there and makes no mistake, sliding head first. I love that too. I believe the count is 1-1 right now. 2 outs, runner on third base. 4-0 for Chilliwack. I'm thinking the count's 1-1, and he's walking after his 4th ball there, so that's my fault there. Obviously, a lot more happened than I was comprehending. But I can tell you there's 2 outs. Runner on first and third. 4-0 Chilliwack. Sam Hall is up to the dish for his second at bat of the game, and a pickoff attempt. And there was just not a chance Brandon C. was throwing that one away or allowing an error on that play. Sometimes pitchers use that. Oh, again, he catches him. And another wild pitch. Oh, there's so much happening here, I can barely keep up. So a steal right away. And then a wild pitch, and then a run scored from the runner on third base, comes in and makes it a 5-0 ball game. I do not need to remind anybody that's been watching the bottom half of this second inning the errors that have turned into runs for Chilliwack. And I mentioned a few times you don't want to. I didn't think it was appropriate to be blaming Brandon C. for those runs and those outs that were not capitalized by his team. I'm going to have to give him that one there. It was a high pitch, wild pitch, and he's coming back strong. You can just see by his body language he wants to go to work quick and fast, and now he's not worried about that runner on third base, but he's got to prevent that wild pitch. His focus should be right at the plate, though. He can go ahead and get this third out all by himself. But he's trailing in the count right now. So 3 balls and 1 strike. Forgive me, it's 2-2. I'm going to blame the pole that's in front of me. I missed that one. Here comes the pitch, and it's jammed inside. It's hit loosely to the second baseman. So Sam Hall able to fight that one off, but fighting outs, the Richmond was certainly at that bottom half of the second inning, giving up 5. And just like that, Colton Marshall goes to the mound with a 5-run lead after a very eventful and positive situation turnout for Chilliwack. Like I mentioned a few times, though, just giving away runs and giving away outs, Richmond was. We're going to step aside as we get ready for the top of the third inning. 5-0 right now for the home team, Chilliwack Cougars. Roger that. All right. We are doing our best over here for the Win Media, bringing you this broadcast. I'm Tyler Guerra. First game I've ever did in baseball broadcasting. Normally my gig is doing the color commentary for our local Chilliwack Chiefs here. But I am a baseball guy. I do love baseball. And I was excited when Robbie asked me to do so. And here's the first crack of the bat at the top of the third inning. And a nice play there by Rogers, second baseman for Chilliwack. Just traps that one. And makes a nice, easy, shortest throw of the infield from the second base position to retire the number 9 hitter Thomas Jacobek. Had to look at my last name pronunciation for that one. Thomas Jacobek was the first out of the third inning, and first pitch swinging is Murphy Ora, the catcher, who's had a bit of a tough go here to start this game. 2 strikes swinging already, down 2 strikes in the count to no balls. And Marshall just comes out firing. Like I mentioned, got a 5-0 lead for the Cougars. And just a little high and outside. You got to think Marshall's just got to have that mindset, just attack the strike zone. Don't give up too many balls. You also just can't put them right down the plate, as that one had a little bit of a break at the end of it. Definitely a breaking ball count, though, but the count's going to be 2-2 now with 1 out. Catcher and 10th hitter Murphy Orr is up to the bat right now for Richmond. And he's swinging, foul one off towards the dugout for Richmond. So 2-2 we stay in the count. You can see there Marshall, pitcher for Chilliwack's got that bandana going on, and he's striking people out while that bandana is flying in the wind. Believe that's his first strikeout of the game. I could be terribly wrong. I was maybe distracted by that sweet bandana. But he's got 2 outs just like that. And Chilliwack making this, looking to make this third inning in their half on defense a lot quicker than Richmond just had, giving up 5 runs on a whole bunch of different errors. I thought about keeping a score sheet, and that lasted probably about 2 batters to start the game. But I'm telling you, oh, what a nice breaking ball that was there by Marshall. I'm telling you, I couldn't keep up after those errors that Richmond kept committing in the bottom half of the second inning. So they're looking to get some runs back right now, but they're down to 2 outs in the third inning. One ball, 2 strikes. And another high breaking ball. That one wasn't close as the last one. There was just caught the bottom half of the strike zone. Marshall delivering. And another hard hit on one hop to the second baseman. Mr. Rogers making it look easy out there, taking down 2 of those 3 outs there. The other one was shared by Marshall on a nice strike 3 pitch. Here's Richmond right back out to the field. Coach Colin Curry is gathering his troops in front of their bench. Obviously giving them words of encouragement, reminding them that maybe last game they lost 7-2. Don't want to give up any runs. Don't want to give up any outs. So Brandon C. out. Like I mentioned, I like C's stuff. I like his delivery. He's got a nice long delivery. Look out. There's another wild throw. We're not keeping track of wild throws and warm-ups, but there's quite a bit coming from Richmond. No, I'm not teasing. I'm just stating the obvious. The focus is right now, if you can see at home, is Brandon C. warming up. It's Chilliwack getting ready to get back on the bats here. And first pitch of the bottom of the third inning. Tariq Luff up right now. One of the few left-handed batters that Chilliwack does have. Bears number 14. And he's got 2 balls. He's up in the counts. 2 balls, no strikes. And you got to think right now, too, as well, too, that Brody, I'm not sure the length of his leash, but it can't be too long right now, even though he hasn't got too much help from his teammates behind him. And there's his first strike of the at-bat. 1 strike, 2 balls. And chopping at that one in the lower half of the strike zone. 2-2 will go to the count to left. Maybe could have got away with leaving that one down in the zone, but 2 strikes on him he has now. And it's a hard hit ball to the shortstop. A nice pick there by first baseman there, Richmond. Tyrell Tull bailing his teammates out there. Just a short hop, but you got to expect your first baseman, especially at this Bantam AAA level, to be able to pick a ball that's a foot or two in front of him. As we're going to see on the replay here, Luff just able to smack the ball to his left, and great job on that nice pick there by Tyrell. You got to remember, too, to watch that monitor I got set up here for me to left so I can try to relate the best I can to what you guys are seeing at home. You see that strike right down the pipe by C. Definitely seems to be more comfortable pitching facing the plate in that full wind-up. We've seen all the last inning he was forced to pitch in the stretch. It seemed to not really be his strength about his pitching delivery towards the plate, as he's got no one on right now. He's free to do wherever he wants on the bump. And we got a foul ball. This is headed right for us. Grab it, Robbie. Oh, yeah. Did you get it? I thought I did. He's like, someone's got to give me a heads up. He's listening. Nice job. Your dad didn't move too fast for that one, that's for sure. It's headed right for us. Oh, yeah. Protect the equipment. And we're having fun here. We're doing our best. I'm trying to do my best to relay the count to Robbie. So the count's going to be not guaranteed all the time. And he's smart enough to take it away when he's not sure. That's a hard hit ball. It's got the center fielder back, and it's over his head. This is going to be at least a stand-up double. And Marshall is helping his own cause there. What a sweet hit right off the crack of the bat. You know that one was traveling and going to give the center fielder some trouble. And right over his head. So Marshall, 2 hard hit balls on the game. And Chilliwack back with runners in scoring position. That will force C to pitch from the stretch. Chilliwack's been kind of running wild on C as well, too. And he's not fazed by that stretch position. He throws one right down the heart of the plate for the first pitch, first strike of the at-bat. There we go. It's coming for us again. Oh. Who's ever white Honda? You might have just got a ball off of it, but that's okay. When you pull up to the ballpark, there's always a chance that you might get hit. Another hard hit ball. Nice scoop by shortstop, but he can't handle the transfer. So Chilliwack once again putting the ball in play, forcing Richmond to make plays with the hard ball, and they're just not able to. That has been the story of the game thus far. Noski fouls off the first pitch of the at-bat. So a couple multi-hit games already for Vandypool and Marshall. And this one's up. Is it going to get out? It doesn't look like it's going to get out, and a nice play by the third baseman. Locating the ball, locating the fence. And able just to see that one in all the way. So 2 outs now. Runner on first and third. And the big man Ryan Post is coming up. One of the, like I mentioned, few lefty hitters for Chilliwack. So we also seen Chilliwack steal twice last inning with 2 outs on as well, too. So Coach Colin Curry not afraid to take an extra base or a chance at swiping one with 2 outs. In this case, though, Ryan Post has just got to be a hitter. Got to find a way to put bat on ball, just try to drive it through the infield. That's a strike. 1-1 to number 82, Ryan Post. Ryan playing right field of this game, and there he goes. He's going to step off. And that's a good old trickery play there. And you may think, what are you talking about, Tyler? But you try to get the pitcher to get you caught in a good old-fashioned pickle or a rundown, whatever you want, on your way to second base from first base, and then get that runner at third to run in before the force out happens. But nice pitch there by C. Once again, he's just taking matters into his own hands. But just to shore up that last play, though, you try to want to get in a rundown so the runner on third can actually advance in and touch home plate before you get tagged out. And that's a hard hit ball at the second baseman, though. And the third out ends at first base. So Ryan Post was able to get some good contact on the ball, but not able to drive it past the second baseman. So Richmond, even after they did have an error in that inning, like we seen in the second where they had a bunch of them, not giving up a run, though. The important thing for Richmond is they trail this game. We get ready to start the top of the fourth inning. I took the pleasure of capitalizing on the free Gatorade offered up by Chilliwack. It's one of the best parts about having a double header is the camaraderie. So you see the first pitch by Marshall, swinging and foul, missed. One of the best parts is eating in between game, making sure obviously the players are staying hydrated, but parents have a little barbecue set up and the coolers are here. And once again, I mentioned a few times, it's just an absolute beautiful day. Second game of the doubleheader. Chilliwack looking for vengeance after losing the first one 7-2, but they're up 5-0 right now at the top of the fourth. 1-1 is the count. Trevor Kwan is up right now for Richmond. Pretty much owns the hardest hit ball as he sees a nice breaking ball come in there for 2 strikes, 1 ball. But he did have a nice hard hit at the top of the first inning, but Richmond not really able to get anything else going on the sticks after that. That one froze him. Another breaking ball by Marshall. Kind of like a half swing attempt there by Kwan. He didn't know what to do with that one. Just an absolute beautiful breaking ball. That brings up Davis Lee, the shortstop for Richmond. Davis has been tagged with a couple errors in the field. Now he's looking to make up for it here with the bat. Chilliwack outfielders giving Davis that respect. He is a tall gentleman out there. Number 17's Got a strike against him, though, as Marshall delivers 2 strikes now. 2 strikes, no balls. And swinging check swing, yes. So another strikeout, back-to-back strikeouts for Marshall. I believe that's his 4th of the game. Setting him up with that breaking ball and just knocking him down with that high heat. He's looking to take the side himself now. And a swinging foul first pitch. Ray Botten is the batter right now, number 14. The center fielder. As he fouls one off, and just like that, he goes down 0-2 in the count. You know what? It's a funny thing. I was waiting to see if this happened in the game. This is one of the most beautiful things that happens in the game of baseball right here. The umpire just took one on the chops, and the catcher is smart enough to give him a couple seconds. He goes out and pretends like he's got something to talk about with his pitcher. That's a mano thing. The umpire would do the same thing if the catcher wore one. We've seen the catcher actually get hurt early in the game. I explained that to one of my buddies one time while it was happening, that exact situation where the umpire did get one up in the face mask, and then trust me, that rattles you when you get a ball off the face mask. That's a beautiful thing. One of the many unwritten rules about baseball is 0-2's the count, and Marshall just buries this one in front of the plate. So he tried to throw that breaking ball. Why not? You're up so much in the count. So 1 ball, 2 strikes. The umpire looked at the catcher like, hey, you didn't have to let that one hit me, though. Down again. Marshall goes back to the fastball, but leaves this one down in the zone. 2-2's the count. Marshall looking for the punch out right here. And he's not going to get it. It's just fought off foul. A numbers high fastball just fought that one off. You don't want to leave that one up in the zone at all if you're the hitter, so why not just take a rip at it? 2-2 we stay in the count. And there it is. What a wonderful breaking ball. Strikes out the side, Marshall does. Making it look academic out there at some points. I believe that's his 5th strikeout of the game. So Colton Marshall having himself a game at the plate. He's 2 for 2 and 5 strikeouts in this second game of the doubleheader afternoon game. Back to that play we talked about before, and I know maybe I didn't do the best of explaining it, but when the ball comes up and hits the umpire in the helmet, like I said, that doesn't tickle, that's for sure. But whoever Carter McLaughlin's dad, perhaps, whoever taught him the base game of baseball, or the coach, certainly know what they were talking about. You got to give him a couple extra seconds to regroup himself. So you just go out and have a little chat with your pitcher, no problem. Probably said, hey, let's go out and strike out the side here, and that's exactly what Colton Marshall did. So 5-0, score hasn't changed. After the top of the 4th inning, we're finding ourselves down in the bottom of 4. 5-0 for Chilliwack. All those runs were scored in the second inning. And Brandon C. back on the mound, number 6, the left-handed throwing pitcher for Richmond. Got to think it's been definitely a bit of a frustrating go so far for Brandon. Couple catcher errors, couple errors at second base and shortstop as well, too. Can't say a couple because there has been a lot of pass balls, that's for sure. And he finds himself giving up 5 runs thus far. O'Brien steps to the dish for Chilliwack to lead him off in the bottom of the 4th inning. Reed O'Brien, number 9, takes that first pitch up and high for a ball. Here comes the pitch from C. Lots of chatter coming from Chilliwack. And there's another pitch upstairs. Not even close for a ball. Pardon me, for a strike. So 2 balls to start off the bottom of the inning. So C gets back to the strike zone there. 2 balls, 1 strike. And this is a high hit ball in on the hands. Oh, diving play by the left fielder, not able to make the play. So a stand-up double. Way too far out there for the second baseman to make a play on. And way too far to the left. Good diving effort, though. He almost got glove on the ball. Number 18, Brandon Seagon. Nice try there. Diving to his left in right field. And O'Brien will find his second hit of the game. The story of this game is Chilliwack's ability to put runners in scoring position early in the inning. Once again, no outs, runner on second. First pitch, the at-bat, swung and missed foul. Matthew Chater sees that one for a ball. So 1-1 is the count to Chater. O'Brien on second base. No outs. Bottom of 4. 5-0 for the Cougars. And he's going to leave that one down there. So 2 balls, 1 strike. O'Brien can be aggressive on second bases. There's not really anybody popping in and out. That's the even the shortstop is just pointing at the batter saying, don't worry about second base, as C finds the right side belt high strike to make it 2-2. Not sure O'Brien realizes how much room he actually has on second base there to just get off. That's a hard hit ball up the middle. That's going to be hold for Colin Curry, the third base head coach for Chilliwack. Smartly holds O'Brien at third base. No outs, runners on third and first. No pressure there, no need to try to force that run in. They already have a 5-run lead. Give the chance now for the catcher. And there's that trick play I was talking about. And everything is going on in Chilliwack's favor right now. So a pickoff attempt at first, but the base runner's already halfway down towards second base, and they get caught in a rundown. Pardon me when I say they. Chilliwack base runner gets caught in a rundown, and that creates a distraction for that runner on third base to just go ahead and score, and that's exactly what happened. I mean, that's a hard play to try to kind of coach against, but it's also a hard play to try to work through once you're in it. Maybe just step off and just perhaps run right at the batter. And there's a bunt attempt now on the third base line. Catcher McLean tries to lay one down and advance the runner from second to third and maybe get down in a hurry to first himself. So no outs. Chilliwack once again, runner in scoring position. And this is a good hit ball at third baseman. Does a good job at staring at Shader on second base and then just throws it over to first. And a good play there, a good squeeze by first baseman for Richmond, Tyrell Tull. So Chilliwack not able to advance that runner, which we've seen them try to do early on by McLean bunting. Ends up just hitting a hard one at the third baseman, and he just makes all the right decisions with that and not able to get Chatter to third. So one out now. Leadoff hitter Rogers swinging at the first pitch, and it jammed him inside and just lands foul. Just about 6 feet left of the first base bag. So he's down a strike right away. Good block there behind the plate by Murphy Ora. He's had a bit of a tough game back there, but that's a nice key play there. They really cannot afford to give up any more bases or runs as they're down 6-0 now. Chilliwack getting back on the score sheet here in the bottom of the fourth. And that's a strike there by C. So one out. 2 strikes, 1 ball, runner on second. C delivers, and he puts that one just to the outside. 2-2 is the count. Fouled off there. Nice job by Rogers. Perhaps wasn't his pitch, but he was swinging at it anyways and just able to get barrel on the bat and just stays alive. The count will stay 2-2. Chatter does got room to move there on second base. It's just a nice smart play there by C. He realizes how much Chatter's actually off the bag. He just steps off. So 2-2 is the count to the leadoff hitter, Rogers. And he wanted to swing at it. The hands moved, but the bat didn't come through the zone. And the pitch was inside on him. Full count we go. We haven't had too many full counts yet this game. But full count we're here to the leadoff hitter for Rogers. And that's going to be down in the zone. So he walks. 1 out. Runner on first and second now. That's a good at-bat there by Rogers. And here comes the head coach, Logan Wedgwood. He's opting to just leave C in the game, letting him work through this. Is definitely a good learning experience for C for sure. I mean, he has reason to be frustrated, with his teammates, and also, too, he's just got to throw strikes, which he has struggled to do a little bit. But the story of his afternoon, besides his defense not playing too strong behind him, is the wild pitches Chilliwack has just been able to run rampant on the base path due to a whole bunch of wild pitches. But back to the action we go. Words of encouragement given by Wedgwood to his pitcher. And first pitch, bunting. Umpire said he did go. He definitely tried everything he could to get bat on that ball. So 1 strike. Chilliwack just opting to advance the runners with that type of mentality of trying to bunt the ball. Sam Hall is up the dish, and he's showing bunt, and he lays one down. That's a great bunt. The left-handed C takes the ball himself and makes the play at first there. That's a good bunt by Sam Hall. But how about that athletic play there by C to get off the mound there? And Brody just attacked that ball and made a nice strike to first. 2 outs. A change here in the infield and outfield. So like a double change going on. Obviously that wants to make some room for a bullpen startup session down there. Tell you in a second who is throwing and who is catching down there. As you see Luff up to the dish, and he looks at the first one. It's a ball to the outside. So first pitch taking a ball. Looks like Jerome St. Louis is the one warming up down in the bullpen for Richmond. And that's a strike called to Luff. 1-1 is the count. Runners on second and third. Say Chilliwack looking to break this one wide open, but they've already got a 6-run lead. And Luff hacks at that one, fouls it off. Looks like he maybe fouled it off his own foot. He had to walk that one off. So 2 strikes now on Luff, 1 ball. 1-2 is the count. 2 outs. And high and outside, so 2-2 will be the count now. Base runners not being held on here at all. They're just pretty much free to extend their leads as far away as they can from that bag. And an outside pitch, we're going full count. I mentioned there hasn't been too many full count at-bats. And this is the second one in the inning, and this one's much more important than the last. C versus Luff, full count, 2 outs. And strike 3, the bottom left of the strike zone. Strike 3, so C was able to get himself out of that jam. Nice play he made on the bunt. And then also a nice strikeout there to end the inning. But Chilliwack does get another run. It's 6-0 for Chilliwack. We're going to step aside here for just a second. Be back up at the top of the 5th inning. As we see Colton Marshall strutting out to the mound with confidence. We'll be right back. And we're back, and first pitch swinging. It's the left fielder all the way back on his heels as Sam Hall. Nice play. That was a hard hit ball by the Richmond pitcher, Brody C. He was swinging at that first pitch, and he made great contact. But like I said, Sam Hall with a nice over the left shoulder stab as he was running back towards the wall. First baseman now, Tyrell Toll for Richmond. Took the first one for a ball. Second one, he's swinging, and that's a great hit. Inside, outside swing, and they're going to test him out first. You don't see that too much in baseball. The left fielder's the only one that's got a shot at that, and he tried to put that one on a rope, actually put it over O'Brien's house, but a good cover by back catcher McLaughlin. So something we haven't seen in a while for Richmond is a nice, good, solid, hard hit. Marshall delivers for strike one. The right fielder, Brandon Seacon, up right now. Boy, does Richmond need to scrap together a couple good hits, a couple good at-bats, and they need lots more than a couple as they're down 6-0 right now. Marshall striking out the side last inning, Colton did. He's got one out, runner on first. Strike three. Marshall is dishing towards the plate there. That was a good job, and he's not opting to go with the breaking ball right there. That was just high gas. Seacon, who is tall, took a good rip at it, but just ball went right underneath his bat. First pitch to Hunter McLean is down and outside. 2 outs for Chilliwack. Couple harmless offensive innings put up here by Richmond. It's a good hit ball off the end of the bat, though, but right to shortstop for Chilliwack to make the third out of the inning. Ian Vandypool on the play there. Nice job. It's a little bit tough, though. You still have to look down almost usually after every single play just to try to make sure I get the player's name right. But Vandypool with the play. And the story right now for Chilliwack on the defensive side of things is Colton Marshall. He is just absolutely throwing the ball with high velocity. So you see right there at the replay, he's got good mechanics. He gets that glove right out in front of him. He's got that arm back, and boy, does he hammer that ball. As we have a new pitcher in the game for Richmond. So Brody C. gives up 6 runs on 4, I believe actually it was 4 innings. And into the game now for Richmond is Jerome St. Louis. So Chilliwack gets a chance to look at a right-hander now. Of course, C was the left-handed thrower. Just an absolute beautiful afternoon here in Chilliwack for baseball. There's that good breeze, like I mentioned a few times, coming in from right field. We're in the shade over here. We got the tent set up. For the Win Media is putting this on for you here today. Executive producer Robbie Snooks. We also do work with the Chilliwack Chiefs and the Fraser Valley Bandits as well, too, the Canadian men's professional basketball team. I can't wait till we can get back in the building and watch the Bandits play as well, too. And I can't wait, like I mentioned before, I do the color commentary for the Chilliwack Chiefs. I just can't wait to see fans back in the stadium as well, too. But right now, lots of fans all scattered around the ballpark here. Seeing the hometown Chilliwack Cougars have a 6-0 lead right now. And one of the main reasons they have not gave up a run is this man who's coming up to the plate, who's also got a hit in every single at-bat thus far, Colton Marshall. He's just been an absolute beast thus far. As he looks at the first pitch ball. Colton's also got the C on his jersey, so captain for this Colin Curry coach team. Is Colton Marshall a captain? You don't see that too much. I think the first time I ever seen a C on a baseball jersey maybe was Carlos Delgado for the Blue Jays way back in the day. I thought maybe it was like a Canadian hockey thing. We're throwing C's on the jersey. As he just whiffs at one right there. The ball way out in front of him in an off-speed pitch. Gets Colton Marshall. 1 ball, 2 strikes now is the count against Colton. And he's battling off now as this one's out foul over top of the Chilliwack bench. No signs to look down right now. See the ball, hit the ball, wait for your pitch. And that's not it. The curveball, from my angle over here, looked like it might have went behind him. So 2-2 is the count. If he hangs one of those curveballs, he's going to hit it just like that. It's a hard hit. You almost can't hit that one much harder than that, but unfortunately for Colton, it was right at the left fielder. Thomas Jakobek came in on the ball a few steps and then moved right back because he realized that one was hit as hard as Colton could, but it was right at him. First strike. Vandy Poel. Ian Vandy Poel, number 13 for Chilliwack. He's swinging at the second pitch. This is going to drop. It really is. There it is. As a shortstop, his body language, you can tell all the way, just really didn't have a beat on the ball. Sometimes you just got to turn and run to where the ball is going to be. So into the game now is Caitlin Gunther. Caitlin subbing in for Noski right now. She looks down for her signs to head coach Colin Curry on third base. Got a wide stance, wide at the feet. She takes that first pitch below her knees, ball 1. Vandy Poel on first after that looper he hit over second base. And a good hit there by Caitlin. And she's down first base to another wild throw. It's going to advance the runner as well, too. So nice hit there by Caitlin Gunther. Just attacking that second pitch. Just blows it right by the third baseman. He got a glove on it. And that's going to bring up the big man, Ryan Post. Caitlin gets her lead. A big lead. I like it. And that's a hard hit ball by Post. It's going to be trouble. It definitely is trouble over the right fielder's head. That's going to score one. Post trots in the second, and Caitlin's going to score as well. So some good quality hitting there by Chilliwack. And the big man Post just drives that one over the right fielder's head. You can tell right away when that was hit. You thought, is it going to hang up there? And the right fielder able to get underneath it, but not a chance as it's got him spinning all around. And a stand-up double, bases clearing double by Ryan Post. And if they thought things are going to get easier, O'Brien just steps up to the dish, and he takes the first one in the dirt for a ball. Reed O'Brien has hit the ball strong and hard himself tonight as well. One of many of Chilliwack Cougars that have 2 hits on the night. And Post is just getting as big as lead as he wants right now on second base. So Richmond, I don't know if they're waving the white flag, but they're not even covering on second base. Strike's called, so 1-1. O'Brien sees the second pitch of the at-bat, a knee-high strike. 1 out. Runner on second. And that one's to the outside of the right-handed hitting O'Brien. Off the right side of the plate. And this one's jammed. It's hit. This is definitely trouble. Hit to the shortstop. And he just has no play with that. He really doesn't. That's good base running, too, as well by Chilliwack, advancing the lead runner to third. And there was just no play there for the shortstop. By the time he almost picked the ball up, O'Brien was approaching first base. So Matthew Chatter steps up to the dish. Right-handed hitting, Chatter. He swings and fouls off the first one. Chatter was penciled in as the EH, the extra hitter. Of course, you bat 10. And out. There you go. So now we've seen the third time. I guess third time's a charm for Richmond. Now we see that bait play. I'm going to call it the bait play. O'Brien gets picked off at his second base. The runner at third doesn't go anywhere. There's a hard hit ball to the shortstop. 2 outs. So the run will not count. So Chatter grounds out hard to the shortstop, and of course that pickoff play at second base made it 2 outs. So aggressive base running from Chilliwack and hitting the ball hard, running the bases well, running the bases aggressively as well too. And then the errors that have been made, the unforced errors that have been made by Richmond, has just been a perfect storm, a perfect situation to have Chilliwack up 8-0 right now. And I mentioned Chilliwack lost the first game 7-2. Of course, anything's possible in baseball, but if you're watching how this game is going, Chilliwack pretty much dominate all aspects of offense and defense, and even managing the game as well too. I didn't watch the first game. I only watched, I think, the last inning or two. But Chilliwack leaving no doubt why they're on top of the standings, over top of Richmond, sorry. I believe Chilliwack's in 6th and Richmond's in 8th, I believe. I could be terribly wrong on that. Gotta put myself on the spot with that. So it's a feel-good Saturday afternoon. Like I said, this is my first ever ball game that I've called on a broadcast. Normally I'm a hockey guy, so hopefully I'm entertaining enough, and hopefully if we do this again, then you'll tune back in. Also, hopefully that the players will have the opportunity to watch this after the fact. So Colton Marshall back on the bump to start the 6th. He has been punching out Richmond players all over the place. I got him chopped up for 6 Ks. And he's going to put this first fastball helmet high for ball 1. Thomas Jacobek, the left fielder for Richmond. He's at the plate. And he looks at strike 1, so 1-1 is the count. Top of the 6, Richmond's got to fight. If they want to have a chance to come back, you got to think they got to at least find a way to put some runs up here. Have to be a small miracle to score 8 runs in an inning. Well, the bullpen heating up for Chilliwack. As the bullpen's heating up, wild pitches are being thrown on strike 3 swinging. So it is a strikeout for Marshall. But a base runner for Richmond, though. After a strike 3 swinging, but it is a wild pitch. So Richmond just needs base runners. That's exactly what they got here to start off the top of the 6th. Murphy Ora, the catcher for Richmond. Left-handed hitter. Good pickoff move there by Marshall. Ball was putting right over top of the bag. He delivers. Down low for ball 1. Catchers are always expected to have a good eye. Or has caught this whole second game. Had a bit of a tough start as he takes strike 1, so 1-1 is the count. Could mention, bit of a tough start there for Murphy Ora. At one point, he even had to change his decker. Apparently, his one decker that kept spitting the ball out as he pops one up to right field. Talk about worked in gloves. There you go. Nice catch by Caitlin Gunther, newly into the game. We've seen her come into the game and make a splash right away with a good infield hit. Hits it right through the infield. And then she was able to score on a couple pitches later, and then she's in on the defense now. Got a good strong arm, too, as well as watching her warm up. She's got a really good over-the-top strong arm. Marshall getting ready to deliver here. Over to first. It's a well-placed ball. It was just a few inches in front of the bag, just in perfect position for O'Brien to slap that tag on. Oh, this one's going to have room here, O'Brien. With 20 feet left of the first base. At first they thought it was going to come out, get out of the ballpark when it came off the bat, but it just kept going straight up and didn't keep traveling. So for what I thought was the hardest hit ball of the game by Richmond is owned by the man at the plate now, Trevor Kwan. And he's swinging first pitch, fouling that one off. Marshall seems to not be interested in wasting any pitches. Just coming right at these Richmond batters. Talked about we haven't seen too many full counts. I'm not sure how many full counts we've seen from Marshall this game, but there hasn't been much. As he's up 0-2 just like that. 0 balls, 2 strikes. And from the little amount I've seen of Kwan, he likes to hit that fastball for sure. He certainly has no problem catching up with it. But he did get froze on that pitch right there last time, but this time he fights this breaking ball off and hits it past the first baseman. So the only player to have 2 hits on Richmond is Trevor Kwan. Kind of inside out of that ball there and fought it off. It was a breaking ball from Marshall. And Trevor, the quality hitter he is, just makes a play on that right away. And that's a breaking ball that ends too high in the strike zone for the umpire's liking. 2 outs. Runner on second and first. Richmond's got to find a way to score some runs here. Like I said, it's going to be next to impossible to try to get 8 runs, and that would be just for a tie in the bottom half. Of course, these games are 7-inning games, and we're on the top of the 6. You can't save it all for the top half of the 7th inning. In the midst of all my notes around me, like I said, I vowed that I was going to take notes and record hits and everything and all that. Like I said, I don't even know if I made it past the second batter, and that is just another strikeout for Colton Marshall. Dominance is the only way to describe this, as his team just casually trots off. And we are going to casually slip into the bottom of the 6th inning. I like these little meetings here. It doesn't matter if you're up 8-0, doesn't matter if you're down 8-0, doesn't matter if you're up whatever, if it's a tie game. I like these little meetings in between the innings, and that's what Chilliwack's going on right now. Keep it short and sweet if you're a coach, but get your message across and make sure that these youngsters are focused up at the task at hand. Right now, the task at hand is defending this 8-0 lead for Chilliwack. 5 runs scored in the 2nd inning for Chilliwack. If you're a gambling man and you pick Chilliwack's most innings scored to be scored in the 2nd inning, well, I think your money's safe. The possibility this is going to be Chilliwack's last wrap at the bats. Of course, they're the home team, so no need for them to hit in the bottom of the 7th inning if they're still up. There was some bullpen action going on as well, too, down there by Logan Booth. To be honest with you, I'm not exactly sure of the pitch count situation for Colton Marshall. But he's got the shutout gem going on right now. Beautiful days like this out of the ballpark makes me second guess putting my 2 boys in lacrosse instead of baseball, as I look behind me, got all the parents and grandparents. Down the first base line, there's some spectators in the left field fence, the right field, and behind the plate and in the bleachers. It's a beautiful day for baseball. That breeze is doing us all a favor. And to start off the bottom of the sixth inning is the catcher, Carter McLaughlin. And he's swinging at that one, popping it up, foul behind the cage. 1-1 is the count to McLaughlin. Jerome St. Louis. Seen him come in and start last inning. Looks like he's probably going to finish the game for Richmond. 1 strike, 2 balls. Three balls, 1 strike now. McLaughlin's had a very good game behind the plate as a catcher. And he's going to take a walk now. So he starts off the inning with a leadoff walk. That's music to any coach's ears. McLaughlin, number 24. Sees the leadoff Rogers now. To the top now of the order for Chilliwack, Logan Rogers. He takes the first one for a ball high in the zone. And he's going, McLaughlin's going, and he will easily steal second base. I think that's the first open base steal we've seen. When I mean open base, there's no one ahead of you at all on the base path. I like that. Be aggressive. Make them make plays. Some people might say it's 8-0. I might say, or I would just suggest that's a stolen base. No problem. McLaughlin took that one in the back, too. He shook that one off. And back to the plate goes St. Louis. 2 balls, 1 strike. Leadoff runner's now on second. And that's a high ball. Ball 4. So back-to-back walks. For Richmond. So Oscar stumps. We're going to have a pitch hint situation. Oscar, his first action of the game. Number 27. They're stealing on the base path. Chilliwack's going to take third base. Aggressive, to say the least. Go ahead, grab some bags. The only situation is, though, is Rogers must have missed the steal sign because he's still on first. Stumps here, nice hit to the second, to the shortstop for a double play opportunity. And not able to handle it on the backhand is the first baseman, Tyrell Tull. So the run will score from third to make it 9-0. Stumps advances to second base after the errant throw on the double play attempt, and they did get the runner at second base. Just only the first double play attempt for Richmond. We've seen an awkward ending last time. So Stumps, good job, comes in, puts the ball in play, finds himself on second base with an RBI, and then Sam Hall comes in to run now. So they switch back. We've seen Hall come out at the plate for Stumps to come in. And now Sam Hall goes out to pinch run. Luff is up to the dish. And he's jumping all over that first pitch, and he hit that hard. Is it going to be? It is foul. Not by much. And I feel like he even just missed it on the barrel of the bat. Maybe got it off the tip of the bat. But he got a good piece of it, that's for sure. But just foul. So strike is called on the play. Steal to third base. Kind of caught myself watching there. Inside to Luff. So 1 ball, 2 strikes. And Richmond, they making a bit of a statement here as well as Chilliwack's tearing up the base path. They're coming in. They're not wanting to give up a run. So all their toes are on the edge of the infield grass. They're saying, all right, you want to go for stealing up the base path. We're not going to give up another run. And that's a hard hit ball. It's over the fielder's head, and Hall will easily trot home. And Luff just absolutely tears the skin off that ball. What a hard, hard hit ball. Second half of a bad day. I like that there. The coach just said. And that is a mercy situation. So that is the ball game, folks. I missed my cue there saying that's the ball game. Well, that's it right there. There's the Cougars giving the thumbs up to the broadcast. Good job, guys. What a pleasure that was. What a fun game, and what a dominant comeback statement game by Chilliwack. 10-0 for the good guys. The Cougars just pounced on Richmond after that first game 7-2 loss, and a bit of a upsetting, controversial forced play at second. Left it a little bit of a bad taste in everybody's mouth, but Chilliwack absolutely gets the last laugh in this game. They make their way right in front of me, actually, down the first base line in the shade. Well deserved, ladies and gentlemen. Say ladies, of course, Caitlin Gunther played a good impact late in the game. That's what I got to say, the ladies and gentlemen, for this Cougars team. And I think that's going to be pretty much a wrap for us as I stand up. Robbie gives me the old let's take her home signal. It was what a pleasure that was. That was a lot of fun. I hope I was entertaining enough. I watched the game as a fan, as a broadcaster, and someone that was just excited to get to do this today. So hopefully we get the chance to do this again. I appreciate it, and once again, thank you very much to For the Win Media. Robbie Snooks was the executive producer and brought all of this equipment that we got to now take down, and they got multiple different camera angles. He's pointing to his laborers. Now they got to take him down. Me and Robbie are going to go around the corner and have a Gatorade in this hot day. But and his dad too. Yeah, okay. We're giving everybody props, but the props mostly too as well to the players in a good comeback 10-0 mercy statement game. Was a good way to end this afternoon doubleheader for Chilliwack. So that's going to be all for me, Tyler Guerra. Once again, I appreciate you all for those who are listening. It was fun, my first time. Hopefully I get the chance to do it again soon. I appreciate you all, and have a wonderful end to your weekend. And thanks again from For the Win Media. This is Tyler Guerra signing off.